Has Louison Bab done justice to the constituency for the terms that he has served?
People should know that there has been a switch. Never give up in life. You got to fight it out and fight it out. There's a media trial before any trial. Dribbling and all happens only on the stadium. Congress has different yardsticks for different people. What sports can do is totally different, and politics is totally different.
नमस्कार आणि येवकार तुमकां आयच्या खाशेल्या कार्यावळीत. आयची ही कार्यावळ जी जाता ती ऑन डिमांड जाता आणि ऑन डिमांडा खातीर तसो गेस्टूय म्हजो डिमांडींग आसा. आमच्या भितर आसा यूथ काँग्रेसचे आदली प्रेसिडेंट, तशेंच चर्चिल ब्रदर्साची CEO आणि आतां सध्या नवी पार्टी जी येयल्या, एक्झिस्टींग पार्टी आसा बट तरी नवी पार्टी जी गोंयान हांगासर आपली एंट्री मारता ती तृणमूल काँग्रेस, ताजी ती कॅन्डिडेट आसा इन नावेली. वालंका आलेमाव, वेलकम टू द शो.
Thank you.
Okay. First of all, I want to ask you a fair question. I don't want you to dribble or dodge any question. I want a frank answer on all my questions.
Dribbling and all happens only on the stadium.
On the ground.
On the stadium.
But it happens also in politics. So I want to set the rules straight first.
Don't worry.
Okay. So my first question to you is, you had a great relationship with Congress. You have seen a lot of goods and bad times in Congress. What was the reason कि तुम्ही shift झाले to Trinamool Congress at the face of the election?
I think this is a question you need to ask the Congress, as you are saying that you had a good season at the Congress. If you see on Prudent, the last 2 or 3 head-ons, it's very factual that I have worked for the Congress from the grassroots level, but the Congress has never ever been fair with me. So there is no question that on the eve of election that Valanka has changed the party, but Congress has always been on denial in accepting, I don't know, whatever the reasons best known to the Congress leadership in Goa, because the high command was somebody whom they were not accessible. The approach is not appropriate. You have to go through so many channels to meet them, and it was just not fair.
There is no connect of Congress. There exists a Congress in Goa. People know about it. People have seen the rule of Congress as well. But as of now, they have lost the touch. And if they have lost the touch, you had a leader who left from Congress coming to TMC and maybe rumours going back to Congress. So what is this particular situation?
Which leader are you talking about?
Alex Reginald Bab.
Okay.
Who joined TMC and is on the verge of joining Congress. So I want to ask you is, how does TMC stand apart, and how does this part of ambition of yours, or maybe of aspiration of Goa, is different from Congress?
See, first of all, I cannot comment about what Reginald does, what Reginald is doing, or what he will do. He probably, if you ask me, I don't know what the reasons are, because if you stand by somebody, I think you should stand by them through and through. And anything in life for that matter, you can't do half-heartedly. You have to give your 100%. So if you're not willing to give your 100% in life, then I don't think you should be doing it.
But what is that one reason that tumka disla ki TMC amka
Mamata Banerjee.
Okay.
I feel that she's one leader who literally personifies not just women empowerment, but communal harmony. And she's a leader who's been there, who's grown from grassroots level. She didn't have any godfathers. She's been with the Youth Congress. Her story goes a long way. And the exemplary part about her is that, never give up in life. You got to fight it out and fight it out. So I think she's somebody who truly inspires, and she's one of the main reason I've joined.
So the fighting spirit of Mamata Banerjee is
So
what
much.
inspires you to join, especially here in Goa, and obviously the take that she wants to take over in 2024.
And also the fact that she's a leader who stands by people who really need her, like the marginal, underprivileged. I don't know. I mean, you must have visited Kolkata. You must have been to the house of Mother Teresa. She's been there for all. Okay, and even if you go and speak to them, they'll tell you she's not a leader whom only the high-fi politicians will be talking, but every person on the street, for them, Mamata Didi means a lot.
Okay, you have given a very frank answer why you joined Trinamool Congress, the face of the election. Another rumor that is going on in your constituency and also in Banawali and parts of Goa is there is hefty sum of exchange of some that has got the Alemaos in the TMC. I asked your father the same question that in your constituency especially people speak in crores that so and so has happened. So how do you take, or maybe how do you counter this particular allegation or rumor with respect to your constituency, Naveli?
If I may ask you, so Reginald didn't get it, that's why he left. Is it?
Okay.
So I think that should be your answer.
Okay, fair enough. I
hope you got your answer about the hefty.
I've got
so
my
because
answer.
Mr. Alexio Reginald didn't get that, he left.
That's
a $1 million question.
That's a question that viewers will get to know and retrospect.
Yeah, because see, rumor mills are always there.
Yeah.
And it's very easy, when you are in public life to say something and it just because you can't be a person who knows you will be somebody who will really talk or would understand. But then there's a price you have to pay, that public life is such that everything you said, media trials, you guys play an important role. There's a media trial before any trial.
So that's the reason I asked you, is because with somebody putting the rumors, allegations, you have the media maybe covering as a balanced media. You have to show the other side also. I also want to understand is when you have this kind of allegations, you have to counter them.
So I've given you a good reason, and you need to ask that. Was that the reason he left?
Okay, we'll try to maybe the time will tell, as in where he is heading and how things are. You are contesting from Naveli. Now, I don't want to go into past of the entire constituency. I just want to factor maybe the past 5 years that we have seen. You had a leader like Luisin Falirubab winning the seat under Congress. Now he is into Trinamool Congress. When you see this constituency, is there a lot to be done, or has Luisin Bab done justice to the constituency for the terms that he has served?
I think Luisin Falero sir has been one of the longest serving MLA here, and he's done a lot, and there are a lot of people who like him, and I can't say that he's not done justice, because he's worked hard for whatever he is, and the Navalim people also know what all he has done, and I think he's done pretty well.
Okay. So when you go towards your constituency, there is no baggage as such.
See, there's nothing called baggage, but in life everybody has something to say, and that's what democracy is all about. It's of the people, for the people, by the people, and people have their voices. And as a candidate, when I've come forward to work for Navalim, I have to listen to everybody and try to do my best, because obviously there are some things which still have to be done, and we got to work on it. And I take his guidance for the same as well.
So, okay, is it an advantage for you to have, Luisin Bab is now in Rajya Sabha, so is it an advantage for you in Naveli?
I think to have such big senior leaders guiding me is definitely a plus.
Okay, and obviously your father, who has played an important role in this constituency as well, how do you see that factor playing up?
See, when I'm doing my door-to-door campaign, or I'm doing my corner meetings, when I see the love and the way they adore him, I mean, it's unbelievable. So I think it's a blessing.
Okay, great. We've spoken, when I started, I said, you are an example of women empowerment, where you are the CEO of a club, Churchill Brothers. Apart from your all political, designations that you have held, I want to ask you a very specific question in terms of your schemes that you are proposing in terms of TMC. Now, you have this Griya Lakshmi thing happening, where you have obviously in your constituency, many have enrolled, where you are giving, I think, 5,000 rupees per the lady of the house in charge. So I want to ask you is, don't you think this kind of there should be a change, ideal change, when you are giving some kind of doles or schemes where you have to empower them rather than just give? Because we've seen Congress doing it, we've seen BJP doing it, and we are seeing the TMC also doing the same thing.
So you are saying that they shouldn't empower women?
I'm saying they should empower, but shouldn't you propose some different? Because your entire slogan is Navi Sakar. So there should be something different.
See, but there are some things which there is a central leadership, and then they have their own ways. And I think that if you financially empower in whatever little way, for some fixed income because today the cost of living in terms of the cost of cylinder or other groceries has gone too high. And I think if they have given this little amount, I think it's really good.
Okay, it's really helping hand.
Because it is basically, you have to see the outreach of this particular scheme. It's not just for some 10 people, or it is for every household. I think any scheme for that matter, when it reaches every household, there is where it makes a difference. And it should be like a one-window system, and it shouldn't be going here and then going there. I think when you empower women, you have to, for me, what is very important is education, is you got to just empower not just women, but every child in the society. And I'm not talking about education, I don't mean just, high, but basic education, moral education, and financial empowerment, which is really important.
Okay. Now, every political has a kind of a slogan or a catchline when it comes to election. When it comes to TMC, we have seen Khela Hobe happening, which actually turned the game, and we've seen Didi, winning the state. You are part of a sports club also, Churchill Brothers. This Khela Hobe or Khel Zatlo, how does this catchline play? I'm asking you because you are part of this fraternity.
I love football. Yeah. Okay, I come from a family where my great grandfather and my grandfather, who was a referee, so football is in the blood, and Kolkata and Goa are like the mecca of Indian football. You have clubs like Dempo, Shalgaonkar, Sporting Club, so they have also been across. Across Kolkata, so. We have, when you go on the Salt Lake Stadium, you get goose flesh when, Mohan Bagan or a Churchill Brothers plays, or when a Salgaonkar, now you have FC Goa. So I think that that energy, and sports is totally different from politics. And sports, like how our great Nelson Mandela says, it unifies and it kind of outplays, there is no caste, creed, religion, gender. So I think what sports can do is totally different, and politics is totally different.
Okay, I take the word politics, and they say that everything is fair in love and war, and I want to add politics to it. Now, you're fighting this election against maybe your former colleagues at Congress, a former minister in Parrikar's government. How difficult or how easy are things when you campaign for this particular season?
The very fact you said, former Parrikar government is now with the Congress, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so good one. And the former colleague of Congress is with?
Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, so great.
So
no, it's a good thing, because people should know that there has been a switch, and the switch is apparent, and you yourself are talking about it, so it helps me.
But then again, this switch has also happened with you. So,
please understand, you have to go through every head-on, and I'm saying it sitting here, and go through it. My very good friend, Mr. Pramod, knows about it. Congress has different yardsticks for different people. And for me, they have always, they've never looked at me as an independent of an Alemao. They have always been like, if like somebody doesn't like my father, they don't like me. In Congress, particularly. And I think that those ways of, today you have a person who's enjoyed your entire ministry in the BJP government who calls the shots. So I don't think it's a fair way. And especially when, today we talk about women empowerment, we are talking about getting a bill where, 33% reservation for women. And women, particularly in politics, it's not easy. And for anything for women, like I am a CEO of a club, football club. I had this great opportunity of meeting the FIFA president when he came to Goa. And he was so amazed that there is a girl in India who runs a club. And he was like, how do you manage it? Like, I'm really surprised. And I said, sir, the very reason I have a father who believes in me and thinks that gender does not decide in what you do. I think that should be the way forward for everybody.
Now you've been, I think most of your door-to-door campaign has been completed. You might be going on a second round. I just want to understand is when you go to meet these people, when you understand their problem, as you said, you have to understand, you have to listen to them. What is that agenda that you want to set for the next 5 years, having been elected as a representative of Naveli?
See, I can't sum it up in like this 2-3 minutes. Okay, there is a long way. I've just begun this journey, and the very fact that I have Mr. Lucien Falero's guidance and blessings and Mr. Churchill Alemao's are two important factors, because they are two people who have done a lot for this constituency. It's definitely, something where one has to do and do a lot, because a basic thing, I will say, for me, I would say, having a health center in all the panchayats is the most important thing we got to do. Because if you look at, the kind of population the Navalim has in the panchayats, and we have just one health center here. And today with COVID, the pandemic, one has understood so much, we take our health for granted. And I think starting from there, then there are various things, but I think we need to really emphasize on things which are needed the most. Because, we say, and it is the fact, health is wealth. So things like that, there are many to do.
One frank answer I want to ask is this team that, TMC has, which has started a couple of months back, and we are into election now. Do you think that this team will continue? Because a lot of depends upon the leaders who are part with the TMC now. Obviously, it has to be both. The party has to support, and obviously the leaders has to stand strong by the party. Do you think this team will continue?
If I may ask you, I think you have parties from Delhi, you have parties from elsewhere. They have continued, right? So I have no doubts that they will continue. It is up to the leaders also who are standing by them, who shouldn't run halfway. That's very important. And I'm sogle goinkar, and I'm bailmunisnu. So I don't think that this question of yours,
Okay, fair enough. Let us say that you want to form the government, and you will form the government in the next
by God's grace
assembly
and
election.
everybody's blessings.
10th of March will be the new Sakar that everybody, the Goan and obviously the TMC is anticipating.
Yeah, and for this, we definitely need the support of the people. And we need people who work wholeheartedly. And not, having, too much of 50-50 kind of thinking. Even if you go for an examination or if you want to do something, I think you have to give your 100%. Wholeheartedly. That's very important.
Valanka Alemao, thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Same
on the
here.
face of the election.
Thank
all
you.
the best for your Naveli constituency and
Thank
obviously
you
your
so
election
much.
political journey of yours.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
God bless you.